using Excel to create our frequency polygon. So, going back over to Excel. Did I use the same numbers? Probably not. Let me copy those. So, put your numbers there in Excel. 62, 82, 79, 76. Wondering if that was one of our previous ones. 62, 82, yeah. So this one came from number 13. On number 13 there, again, it tells you you're going to label. Oh, I didn't label my data. Didn't label my column A. Go back and label column A. So I have to insert a row so I can put a name up there. Data. It says insert. Label column A with data, column B with midpoints, and column C with frequency. Okay, we entered our data into column A. Highlight the data in column A. Do your sorting from smallest to largest. It says you're probably going to get an error message. Notice when I do my sorting, I'm not going to highlight the word data. I'm just going to highlight the numbers because I don't want to sort the data word. Oh, I got my headings hidden. How did I manage that? Let me pin that again. Okay, so under the Home tab, if you go to Sort and Filter, sort from smallest to largest, and we're just going to continue with the current selection because we don't really want to expand it and have data highlighted. And that should highlight your list. I'm then going to get rid of my copying and pasting. So after I have that in there, it says enter your midpoints. So our midpoint, it says note, you must add an extra class at the beginning and the end of the with frequencies of 0 to anchor the frequency polygon. So if I go back over here, under my midpoints, remember this one is from problem number 13. So instead of starting with the 62, which is our first midpoint, we're going to add an extra set in front of there. And so since our class width was 5, if I subtract 5 from 62, trying to see where I wrote that down, 57. I'm going to start with 57. 62 would be my next one, then my 67, and so forth. Again, once you have a few in there, if you fill down, you should get what you need. We can stop at 87 because we want one extra one at the end. So when you do this, you want to have an extra category at the beginning and at the end so you have an anchor point for the ends of your lines. Then enter the frequencies in the column C. So again, we should have our frequencies from our Number 13 problem, our first one's going to be 0. That's our anchor point. And then we had on number 13, 6, 1, 6 again, 4, and I think that was at 2, if I can read straight across, 2, and then of course the end is going to be 0 again as my anchor point. So my data's in the first list, my midpoints in the second ones with extra categories at the beginning and end, and then my frequencies. Click and drag over the frequency column, including the label. So I'm going to highlight from frequency down to 0. I included that label. Select the Insert tab from the toolbar. Click on the line chart option. Select the first 2D line chart. So if I go over here, I'm going to go to the Insert tab. Over here are your recommended charts. Notice the one right here that has all the lines in it. Insert line or area chart. If you put your cursor over the top, a little box tells you what kind of chart it is. You want the one that says line or area chart. And then we're going to select the 2D option. Did I say the second or first? I can't remember what I said. I'm just going to pick the first one. I can change it if I want. All right, then it tells us we have to change some of our data things. So once we have the 2D line chart, we need to edit the chart. You're going to right click anywhere on the chart and choose Select Data. Select Data. And then we're going to edit the labels on our axis. So when we're going to click on the word Edit under the horizontal axis, and we're going to use the midpoints for those labels. So I'm going to highlight from 57 to 87. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then now in this box you should see that it says from 57 to 87. And if I hit OK, now you'll notice then now my labels are there for my midpoints. Flipping back and forth between my directions.
Alright,
So,
so select that,
yeah,
and then
highlight from 57 down to 87. There we go, then click, because I think you didn't click at the end. When you highlight something, click. Whoop. Oh, I know that's not doing it. We gotta hit edit first. Oh, now let's do it. Okay, hit OK. Why is it only doing 2? I suppose because you clicked to 2 before.
right, should we just try again?
Let's see. Right click on this now and go to Select Data. And now click Edit. Now highlight them. Hit OK. And hit OK again. There. And now we got that on there.
I'm stuck here.
Okay.
Just put 2D in here.
Oh, wait a minute. No. I don't know what you're on. We highlighted this. Highlighted frequency column, right? That was here. Click and drag over frequency column, including the label. Then we're going to go to the Insert tab, which is up here, and go over to the charts, and we want the line charts. Okay? We want the 2D line chart, so I just picked the first one. Okay? Now, notice this says 1, 2, 3, da da da. We really want those to be our midpoints. So we're going to right click and do Select Data. We're going to edit those and use these instead. Hit OK, hit OK. Now you see we have the right numbers down there. All right? All right. Then it says here, under the edit, or click edit under the horizontal category access labels. Oh, we did that. That was something. Da, da, da. Oh. chart layout. That's what I was doing there. So if you would want to label your graph, you can do the chart layout. If I click here, and notice up on the top, there are some quick layouts. I think I picked this one right here, down on the bottom corner, because then you had the name and you could title your axes and all of that. I think that's the one I picked. And what did we say? Label the horizontal axis height in inches, the vertical axis frequency, and change the title to frequency polygon. So we just went over here and clicked on what we wanted to change. The horizontal axis we changed to height in inches or something like that, if I remember right. The vertical axis we changed to frequency. And the title, which is up on the top, we changed to frequency polygon. I could capitalize so it looks cuter, but I'm not going to. So, if you were putting it into a document or a report, then you have it labeled all nicely and have your categories all correct and so forth. So yes, if you want to change any of those, you can just click, highlight over the top to get rid of it, and then type in whatever you want there. Just like you would edit when you were typing in Word, hopefully.